You land the promotion. You make the major purchase. You finally lock down the achievement you were convinced would quiet the anxiety in your head. For a brief window, you feel elation, and then the glow fades to gray. This is the hedonic treadmill. It's a psychological loop where every generated desire and subsequent acquisition eventually decays back to the baseline of dissatisfaction. This recurring emptiness is a symptom of a rigid biological reality. Evolution designed this mechanism to keep the organism in perpetual motion, regardless of its previous success. The modern promise that arrival at a specific goal equals lasting happiness is a lie that keeps us running. Arthur Schopenhauer identified this biological trap as the unalterable rule of our existence. This diagram shows his core thesis. Human life is a pendulum swinging between two unavoidable states. On the left, the pain of unfulfilled need. On the right, the boredom of satisfaction. Schopenhauer observed that pain is the only active, positive force in our lives. We are oblivious to the health of our entire body, but we feel the exact moment a single tooth begins to ache. Pain makes its own existence felt. Happiness is entirely negative. It is merely the temporary absence of a specific pain. Once a desire is satisfied, the relief immediately settles into a flat, empty boredom. Because contentment is only a fleeting pause in our suffering, Schopenhauer argued our baseline state remains inherently painful. While animals live in a pure, present-tense existence, human consciousness acts as a machine for storing past sorrows and anticipating future anxieties. Desperate to escape the baseline of boredom, we use our intellect to invent artificial needs. We manufacture the drive for luxury, social status, and professional ambition just to give ourselves something to chase. This cycle of manufactured striving results in a society defined by continuous labor and worry without any final relief. Schopenhauer called this continual becoming without ever being, a state of perpetual unrest where the goal is always just out of reach. Our intellect ultimately refines the trap, replacing simple survival needs with an endless architecture of complex, unsatisfiable desires. Schopenhauer's solution was a total retreat. He concluded the only escape was ascetic resignation, a complete denial of the will to live. Decades later, Friedrich Nietzsche formulated a radical, aggressive response to this bleak pessimism. Nietzsche argued that condemning life simply because it contains suffering is itself a sign of biological exhaustion. Seeking an escape from the pain of life is a surrender. Making the pursuit of a pain-free existence the priority is the ultimate obstacle to human growth. Nietzsche's alternative was not to step off the treadmill, but to change our psychological relationship to the act of running. He proposed a thought experiment called the eternal recurrence. Imagine you must live this exact life, with every pain and unfulfilled desire, repeatedly for eternity. If this infinite repetition is crushing, you are still waiting for a future happiness to save you. The victory condition is amor fati, a love of fate. By embracing the endless cycle and crying, "Thus would I have it," you transform your suffering into the fuel of your own becoming. Meaning is found in the active, joyful defiance of a rigged universe, rather than the hope for a finish line. Abandoning the hope for a satisfied, pain-free life leaves the struggle as the only remaining source of meaning. We find our agency the moment we accept that the treadmill never stops.